And now for something completely different, an episode we actually want to record.
Wow, dude. We almost didn't.
I know.
We almost didn't.
After 8 months of just, I don't know, finally coming to peace with the fact that I'm not a podcaster anymore. Trying to get back in the saddle and just bombing was a little more than I could handle for a minute, but we took 15, regrouped. I'm feeling good about a draft, although I'm starting to get worried that half my songs are from the year 2006.
It was interesting. Earlier in the week, I was listening to a lot of the Wonder Years, getting ready for the show in Charlotte, which maybe we'll talk about at the end of this episode a little more. But part of the reason that I had stopped too was like I had been not listening to the saddest songs from my childhood every week on purpose. And I was like, oh yeah, this is like a headspace, Anyway, so I am with you in the sense that, it's like, oh yeah, we haven't done this in a while. And there was a reason we stopped. But we also had like this window without having to deal with being dads for a moment. So I was, I was like, so it's like, well, all right, let's hop back on, see how it feels a little bit. I'm assuming there's dice. Are we just diving right? We are, the big time in the dirty. We're just right back in it fully 100%.
I got dice. I don't give a shit.
If that's not a comfort zone mentally for you, I don't know what would be.
So I guess we should tell people we're doing the year 2007.
Oh, yeah. Rust, not shaken quite yet. Yeah, welcome to the episode.
What is going on, everybody? I'm Tom.
And I'm Pat.
We're best friends, and you're listening to the Reminiscent Podcast.
This is going to be the toughest, dumbest one because everything happened in 07, which would have been our sophomore year of high school.
Yeah, this is the year I was dreading the most, to be honest with you.
04, we were like, okay, this is some 90s is still alive-ish, new metal-y. But then 05 was like, shit changed.
Yeah.
06, freshman year, a ton. And then we're just entering, not only neon becomes a thing at the end of our high school year, but it's like the explosion is expanding at the moment of this draft taking place. So there's a lot to choose from. We'll go 10. We've gone 5 or 7 for some, but we're going
10, man. I mean, there's just so much, so many of the defining songs of the decade and the defining songs of my life came out this year, the best albums of all time. And of course it's like, oh yeah, I only listened to the songs I listened to when I was 16. And that's how our dads are still listening to Zeppelin and shit. But I don't know, man, this was like a banner year for just music in general, in my opinion, my humble opinion.
No, I agree. I have a second honorable mentions category that's not associated with the subgenre that I just wrote down just because I was like, damn, there's a lot that came out. That maybe we'll touch on later a little bit. But
well, before we get into it, I did want to read the top few charting songs at the year end 2007, just to give an idea of what radio was like at the time. Because I do think that this is where what I listened to started diverging as aggressively as possible from what was being played on the radio. Most of the stuff that charted a year end in 2007 actually came out in 2006. But check this out. We have I'll start at number 7. Hey There Delilah by Plain White T's, which came out in 2006, is still in the year end charts in 2007.
The version with the strings, I'm sure. The
probably, which I didn't even know existed.
It became a different thing by the end there, I think, a little bit. Because there was the non-strings produced up MySpace version. Right. And then there was the radio single, which still good, but different.
Then we have at number 6, Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood. That's a fucking banger, dude. Certified.
Yeah, I think people still love it. She writes good breakup songs about exes, and no one does it like her, man. She's been doing it for a while.
When I was at Obsessed Fest, which was a festival when my clients threw, we did karaoke, and the first song to kick off the karaoke hour was this, Before He Cheats, and honestly, those two girls killed it. Number 5, Buy You a Drank, Shawty Snappin' by T-Pain featuring Young Jock. Shit is getting very of that genre at the time.
Also, a good couple of years nostalgia-wise for T-Pain, where his people start re-mentioning his Tiny Desk concert, and he's very endearing, and it kind of hurt my feelings that people didn't know I could actually sing. But he's just his career has aged very well, and he seems like a very pleasant fellow. Anyway, shout out to T-Pain.
I'll say it every time we talk about him. There is a Netflix series called This Is Pop, and I believe the first episode was about autotune, and it heavily features T-Pain. He says a lot of really interesting stuff. It was a great episode. Check that out. Number 4, we have Big Girls Don't Cry by Fergie. I kind of don't remember that.
Well, we're in the Jack Harlow version of That's How Much Time Has Passed is a forgotten album revived for the radio. So that's how much time has passed since that song came out. Because I think the recent, I don't know, it was a bad Jack Harlow album, but the song that made the radio was a Fergie sample off that Fergie album. So
okay.
That, I don't know if that makes you feel old, but I'm like, we're a full Jack Harlow away from then. A lot to think about, a lot to consider with that.
We have Akon, who actually shared 7 features on the Hot 100 year-end charts. This time he is with Gwen Stefani, The Sweet Escape, not The Great Escape, which also came out this year, which I think might deserve a number 3 year-end rating. I don't know. We'll see if that song gets picked.
The Sweet Escape was not the best Akon experience of the decade at all.
I don't know it.
But it's like the perfect water park or at the mall. Like if you work retail, it's the one that gets repeated that you're like, annoys you. It takes the longest till you become annoyed by it. Just like, I don't like this song. I don't seek it. But when it's just on in like the radio era of music and stuff, you're like, yeah, all right. Station's staying on. I like these people. They're doing a thing. It's kind of like Fireflies with Al City and Carly Rae Jepsen. You're just kind of like, yeah, sure. Also, Carly Rae Jepsen was not involved with that. I'm realizing I'm just fucking wrong about that. So
I was gonna say,
is
there a version like Mayday with Selena Gomez? Like what?
Shit. Yeah. They did collab years later, but not on that. Okay, sorry. Fuck. Okay.
One of the worst songs I've ever heard in my life, Umbrella by Rihanna. Fucking hate that
Careful,
song.
bud. Careful, bud.
And then we have number 1, a song that came out in the year 2006, Irreplaceable by Beyonce, which this is the to the left, everything you own in a box to the left, right?
Yeah, probably my least favorite of her hits, but hey, she's Beyonce for a reason.
Well, okay, I don't think it's a strong chorus, but 2007, the reason I love so many of the songs we're going to get into in this episode is because it was the year I did ski club and I started becoming better friends with more people in our grade. And whenever we got off on the ski lift, there'd be 3 of us on the chair to go to the right or to the left. And anytime we went to the left, it was like me, Adam, Cameron, Seth. We'd sing to the left, to the left.
Yeah, I think there was a moment in the 2000s where for like 3 months, everyone said that when something in their life, in their consciousness, needed to go in a direction to the left. They're just like, to the left, to the left. So I might say it's my least favorite hit, but it might be her most impactful song. I don't know. Because it impacted the behavior of countless individuals.
In basic directions. So anyway, that's what was happening in the year 2007 for the outside world. But in our high school, in our blue 4-gig iPod minis, 2nd gen, of course, we're going to draft the songs we were listening to.
You and I are sharing a study hall with some juniors. It's an exciting new year. We're not freshmen anymore.
Hell yeah.
As the story goes. We're having times are being had.
All right. So we're going 10 deep. We're going to try to keep this episode under an hour, though. And do you want to go evens or odds?
Whatever I usually do, which is probably odds.
Probably odds. All right. Here we go.
What? Wait, anything about the dice worth mentioning? I don't know. It's just a question I figured I'd ask. Anything special about them or just pretty
freaking
standard?
laser beam dice, dude.
What? Hot diggity damn.
All right. What did you say? Evens? Odds.
I don't know. I said odds, but now I might want to pick evens because that's what you thought you heard. Unless you're trying to trick me, I'm sticking with odds.
Odds. All right, here we go. Ooh, we got a 5 and a 5.
Which I lose, which you get to pick first or second and third.
That's tough. That's tough, man. Because I know we have. We're probably going
10 deep draft, and those. Where's the value?
I know, but we're probably going to be going for a lot of the same stuff. But I'm going to risk it and go second and third.
Ooh! Wow! Wow! Oh man, I was nervous to do this again. And it's going great. It's just going good. So good. Okay. Give me Thrash Unreal by Against Me off New Wave. Just out of respect, because I fucking love that song. I think I took it in our Get Your Booty on the Dance Floor dance mixtape episode. It's just a great sing-along, working for the weekend jam, man. I think of any decade, it just works. It's great. It's tremendous. It's just a hit song. I love it dearly. Every time it comes on, I'm like, fuck yeah. By the end of the song, I'm like, work, everything. Yeah, let's go dance, man. Dance. It's all about dancing, man.
All right.
Till our stomachs spill on the floor.
I'm not trying to call you out. I'm genuinely curious. Did you listen to this song in high school?
Yeah.
You did? What?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, so this is an important distinction. 07 was definitely the year immediately following my summer working at WERG 90.5.
So you're cool.
So this is the beginning. Right. This is the year where I am starting to notice the first draft we've done of the 2000s, where there's probably a whole second list of things I like that don't pertain potentially, that is as a direct result of, instead of friends telling me what to listen to, I was just in the radio booth that summer as part of that internship. So
okay.
So yeah, in earnest, yes, but I would have known about it otherwise. So
damn, dude. Yeah, I didn't find out about them until probably 2011 or so. So
it's such a good song. It's such a good song.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Well, I was afraid you were going to take, Oh God.
I tried to mind freak you by not taking maybe one of the obvious ones, like, oh, what does Pat even value?
I know.
He's going rogue, playing mental chess.
I'm already thrown off.
Me too.
Okay, so I feel like... So 2007 was the year that Riot came out by Paramore, which we all know is Jeremy's favorite Paramore album.
That's what I'm saying, though. My views of it, its value, have drastically all been changed by Scorch Fests through the years and everybody. So it's a different show now.
So 2007 was a year that, maybe it was 2008. I got really lonely and I played a lot of RuneScape, which I still play to this day. And I just have a lot of memories of just being in the coal mines in RuneScape, just getting my stats up, talking to this girl on AIM, listening to Riot over and over and over in the basement of my mom's house. And I feel like picking Misery Business is the obvious choice, but I think I'm going to go...
They're playing it again.
I think I'm going to go with, for a pessimist, I'm pretty optimistic. There's a lot to be said for a good album opener, and I really like this album opener. It sets the tone for the rest of the record, and it gets me hyped. There's like... If there's any album I wish I could go back in time and experience for the first time, I think it would be Riot. And it's a great album opener. So I'm going to go, for a pessimist, I'm pretty optimistic.
You're also a noted early in the album song enjoyer.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of what I'm actually drafting this week are albums, and I'm just going to go with the album openers.
Nothing wrong with it. I think if you listen to the show, that's where Tom and I tend to live. Just like, hey, I'm going to kid this on repeat for a few weeks until I don't like it. Then I'll get to track 2. Okay. So you get another pick.
Yeah. And I think I'm actually going to go Ocean and Atlantic by Mayday Parade.
Gutsy pick, and fuck you already. Okay, this is not, golly. I'm going to hurt you next round.
Oh, I know you are.
You've hurt me. Now I'm going for Tom picks only for the rest of the fucking draft.
So Mayday Parade was, I feel like a lot of the songs we listened to in high school, were actually songs from 2004, 2005. And I was hearing about them a year or two later. Mayday, again, because of Sam Craig, God bless. He introduced me to them in All Time Low on the same day, which is just wild. But I know we talked about it on the A Lesson in Romantics episode, but it reminds me of driving to the Hangout, seeing all my friends who I didn't go to school with, going to the shows, the local shows. And I was listening to a lot of Mayday Parade when I was just like joining the local music scene and making all these new friends. So that album is very dear to me. The song is probably my favorite on the album. Had to pick it.
Good picks. Gutsy picks. Good picks. I'm hurt. I'm injured. I'm unable to proceed potentially. We'll see if we can dig out. This is a shot across the bow pick, Bleed It Out by Linkin Park off Minutes to Midnight, which arguably, whether it's in the subgenre or not, I don't know. Maybe it's not your favorite song off that record. I don't know. But you are a Linkin Park fella.
I am, but mostly just the first 2 albums. So that one didn't hurt, but it's a good song.
Oh, shit. I wasted my second
You
pick.
did.
Not even. That's what you get for spreading hate, folks. That's where that gets you. When you only have hate in your heart, you know, what are you trying to get? Where are you going to get with that? Okay. How about this? I would take another shot without learning any of my own lessons. So Much Love by the Rocket Summer off Do You Feel?
That was such a fun episode and so fun to talk with the director about it, Shane Drake, afterwards. It's such a good song. I had that one for sure. For sure.
You're just kind of like, yeah, man. Fuck yeah. When you hear that song for the first time, it's you're like, windows down. Nice. I'm in.
Oh, dude,
it's just
so
fun.
Good. The piano, it's so bouncy. The video's so fun.
That's what I like. We had this conversation a long time ago, but just because bands like do pig snorts and play certain riffs doesn't mean it's good or hard or profound in any meaningful way. Like there can be a bad hardcore band. Obviously, there can be a bad any band. He takes the piano and it's a ripper, start to finish, man.
Oh, yeah.
He just is playing the fuck out of that thing.
Hell yeah.
I've tried to talk about this point before and I failed then and I'll fail now. But I wish there was a metric for something just going hard and you didn't automatically qualify by pig snorting it up. And it might just be a bad song. And you know what I mean? Because I think you and I have talked about this where it's just kind of like, I guess I feel less hardcore for being able to put up with that music, but like there has to be shitty versions of it. You know what I mean? All of it can't be good just because it's hard. You know what I mean? So that's kind of putting it, someone who, I don't know. Anyway, I'll stop there. Half-baked at best. So we'll just keep it rolling. But all of this is to say, probably our greatest Instagram interaction for sure, or biggest shout out. I think John Mayer on Twitter was our biggest Twitter interaction. The Rocket Summer is shouting us out after hearing this episode, which is actually how we met Melissa and some of the people from Texas that listen to the show, which is fun. Anyway, he plays the fuck out of that thing. That's my second pick.
Who introduced you to the band?
You, I think.
I did. Okay.
Yeah, I think we were coming back from summer vacation or something. You're just like, hey, shit's fun. There's more stuff. It's like, all right, cool.
Fuck yeah. This is also a Sam Cray band for me.
That checks out.
Yeah.
Our khaki rock aficionado.
Fuck yeah.
And I say that with love and admiration.
Oh, I've got another khaki rock pick coming up, but not right now.
Oh, shot.
Give me Prepare to Be Digitally Manipulated.
Ooh, I was wondering what song off this record would go.
It was too hard to pick one. So again, I'm just going with album openers when it's too hard to pick one.
You know, I remember listening to some other song midway through the album first, but then when I got the album itself in the first few tracks, I'm just like, this is just a fun way for drums and guitars to feel.
Oh, yeah.
I was just so floored by it all. We've talked about that at length on the show, I'm sure.
I mean, a lot of people say like Andrew WK did Easycore before Easycore was Easycore, but 4 Year Strong, I think, is the band that like really, I don't know, broke the door off the hinges for every band for the next 4 years to just chug every verse in existence. And it ushered in just like, I don't know, a whole different way of playing pop punk.
They invented gang vocals.
You might be right, dude. I don't know, man. I mean, Rise or Die Trying is one of my favorite albums of all time. It's definitely like one of the most nostalgic. At this point in my life, I never heard anything like it. And being a drummer, being like really inspired by good rhythms, it fucked me up, man. Like, Easycore, whatever you want to call it, is still like my favorite genre in the world, and it's all because of this record. Just endless love for it, for sure.
It's a good pick.
I think I don't know, man. Again, it's hard. I love the album so much that I'm just gonna go with the opener to make it easier on myself. Speaking of like good riffs and shit, Afraid by Yellow Card. This is the year Paper Walls came out, which I think is Yellow Card's best record. It's one of my favorite albums of the decade. And Afraid has such a cool riff on it. The production is amazing. And I think it's Ryan Key and all of Yellow Card at their absolute best. Lyrics are great. Production is just phenomenal. The drums are fun. The riff is amazing. Are you familiar with Paper Walls very much?
Yeah, I think when we covered Yellow Card on the show, we established that it's your favorite Yellow Card record, which I thought was a hot take, considering considering their body of work.
Right.
But then also, we have also established that I have not heard a single song off that record. And I think it upset you the first time that realization popped up, but it's still true.
Oh, man. Well, I love it. I left a pick on here that I'm worried about. Two, actually. But, God.
I don't know, whoa. Hello. Okay, I'll pick Island by the Starting Line. Off the album Direction, which is probably almost certainly my favorite Starting Line song by, maybe not a lot, but I think it's true. Yeah, I love this song.
Oh my God.
I listen to this song way more than anything on anything
wild.
Anything else they've done. It's a hit song. I don't know, I just love it. Scratches a lot of itches. Scratches a lot of itches is not something people say. So I'll just pick another song. Give me, man, fuck you for doing Mayday. But you came here without many fucks to give, it feels like. So I got to step my game up. Give me Last Night by Motion City off of Even If It Kills Me. Which this will be an interesting year because is there an unwritten rule that if an album gets taken, you can't double the person up? Because we could have just picked many tracks off of the Fall Out Boy record that came out this year, or...
If it was any good, we would.
Oh, shit. Tom was like, I don't know if I want to. You sandbagging son of a bitch. You're like, I don't know if I feel about doing a second one. And then you pulled out 2 shotguns and just fired them into my eyeballs. Because you're whooping my ass. On and off the court.
Well, we didn't establish that rule, so I'm
that's true.
following you up with Broken Heart by Motion City soundtrack.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Can I get some quick thoughts on this record in general? Is your favorite Motion City one?
Oh, absolutely.
Is that a hot take? Have you met others that have felt this way? It seems like some people are even so hardcore they go post this towards Dinosaur Life and stuff.
Speaking of interactions, we had Justin Courtney Pierre reach out.
That was probably the most heartfelt, fun moment for me doing the show, for sure. Because he was like, "Hey, thanks for having nice things to say." Won't go into it.
Yeah.
I'm glad we hadn't mentioned it until now or whatever, but he was just really sweet and like, hey, thanks for the tunes, man.
Very thoughtful message. But yeah, definitely my favorite album. I think it is everyone I don't know. I mean, they had a lot of really good songs before this, but I feel like this is the most, to me, the most Motion City record. And it's like when they really start completely working together as a band rather than I don't know, before it was like, oh, someone writes a song and everyone plays along. This one feels like very cohesive between band members in terms of the melodic and rhythmic elements of it.
Interesting. Damn, guns a-blazing. I'm here for it, but I'm also getting hurt in the game we're playing by it. But damn. Yeah, nice. Interesting. Okay.
Well, talk to me about Last Night, though.
I think it's one of my favorite songs ever, probably, but it's not my favorite Motion City song. It's weird because when you take it out of that context, I have played it a ton. It's short and to the point, and it's very sad in kind of a sweet, quick way. It's like some of the songs from this era that are sad, really bring you down and are swooping, and this one's really quick, but it really is a fucking gut punch. But it gets in and out on you, and I don't know. It just made sense to me, I guess. I don't know. Some songs just, I don't know. Like you said, when you hit track 1, you're like, yeah, this is hitting. I'm gonna keep listening to this.
Wait, hold on. By Last Night, do you mean Fell in Love Without You?
No, I'm still frustrated from last night. Things happening.
Okay. Yeah. Oh shit. I was thinking of Fell in Love Without You because it starts last night. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. I totally.
Yeah. No. Last night and Can't Finish What You Started. I'm like, this album's making me feel horrible about myself. So I just I'm only listening to their first 2 records forever. But yeah. No, it's a gut punch of an effort. There's a lot of. They stayed potent, right? They stayed good. I just I don't know. As soon as I heard those 2, I was like, oh god damn, direct hit. I'm out. I can't take the heat, so I'm getting out of the kitchen.
These are wild lyrics in this song. I think a lot of the line, as autumn turns its back on me again, I climb the walls for oxygen. That fucks me up every winter that starts. I'm just I think of that line and it's just oh god. Is this the one about the cat clawing on the floorboards and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. I don't know why. No, that's what I'm saying. Again, one of the several reasons we stopped doing the show is just if we did an episode on this song, I don't want to put myself through that week of it going into it. So it's interesting, but it still holds that power, a lot of these things do. No, but it's great. I like it. I like them. They're one of my favorite bands, period. So do I have another pick?
No. I'm really bummed out we didn't get to see them live. That hurt. Really badly, dude. That hurt.
Yeah, so that was we were going to go to a Charlotte concert together a year, 2 years ago. That sucked. I was really looking forward to that. Like, I'm looking forward to going to the Wonder Years.
They canceled it, right?
Yeah, it was the right move.
Yeah.
100%. And I'm kind of glad, we talked about it, whether or not we were going to go, even if they had it, but they ended up canceling. But I was really looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to the Wonder Years in February for sure in Charlotte. But yeah, I don't know. That would have been like one of my only shows in like my about to become a dad COVID era or whatever. So I was just like all ready to go out and enjoy and kind of, but for understandable reasons, it was canceled, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. Damn. Well, yeah, I mean, I picked Broken Heart. I talked about it on the drum draft, talked about it in the Even If It Kills Me episode. I love the guitar part for this. There's a really beautiful acoustic version of it. I just think it's like one of the perfect songs. I love it. I've said everything there is to say about it previously, but oof, good stuff.
Now that you talk about how sad that record is and you kind of start walking through each of them, you're like, oh, God damn. Yeah. Even that, that's not one of my favorites on the record, but you still kind of respect it from afar. Like, just, I'll keep a safe distance. And,
Give me Welcome to the Black Parade.
Did that come out in 2007? Can we get a quick fact check? I get to call, I get at least one an episode based on the history of the show.
Fuck, it came out in 2006.
Goddamn, Tom. Okay, you really had me. When I go quiet like that, I'm like secretly really pissed. Like, how the fuck did I miss that?
Oh my God, I'm such a fucking idiot. Okay.
You had me so, I clenched for real hard. Like, man.
I take it back. Okay, well then give me the plot to Bomb the Panhandle by A Day to Remember.
Ooh.
Can't talk about, I don't know, like I didn't love this album as an album, but I really love the song and the riff's a lot of fun. A Day to Remember felt very kind of in the way 4 Year Strong did. Again, I didn't really compare them. I didn't see the correlation between the two. But I did think A Day to Remember sound was really unique at the time. Of course, it's like everyone's kind of doing some similar version of it now as it gets a little, screamier and breakdowns and whatnot. But I really like this song. It's one of the few that I love off of For Those Who Have Heart. And the guitar tone itself is like, when I'm trying to record guitar and I'm trying to dial in a guitar tone, I'm always going back and forth between this and All the Small Things. Because I feel like this tone is like really high gain. All the Small Things is like medium. And I'm always trying to find something that's like right in the middle of the two. So I play this riff a lot, although in like drop A sharp rather than C or whatever they play it in. So it's, I don't know, there's like a comfort to this song for me. And it's just good. I mean, A Day to Remember is great. And fun song. It felt revolutionary and it still feels good to listen to.
Okay. Give me All Over You by The Spill Canvas off of No Really, I'm Fine. A WERG pick of all the songs in my library titled All Over You. It's also good. But yeah, no, I like it. It's like I didn't really mess with this Spill Canvas at all other than this song that I only heard because I worked at a radio station. But I'm realizing now like I really love the song and why I never even picked up one of their records or got it burnt or anything and even gave them a chance is kind of interesting just because I really like this song.
All right. I don't know.
Which is kind of interesting. Like you assume that every song you hear that you like, you're like, oh, I should give one of their albums a chance. And every week doing the show, we were reminded that like didn't happen a lot of the time. You're just like, oh, I just don't know this band at all.
I've still never listened, but I'm glad you like it.
Thanks. I am glad if some things stay the same and I think this is what Adrian loves most about the show is not going to pretend. Fuck the Spill Canvas. I don't know them. They don't exist to me. Which is, yeah. Give me Shiksa in parentheses Girlfriend by Say Anything.
Yeah.
In defense of the genre. Not my favorite Say Anything song, but very recognizable hook or chorus or I don't know. It's just one of those I'm glad I was in high school when I first heard it because it's pretty on the nose, I guess, but in a tremendous way, especially for being that age hearing it.
Sure. I think I've got to go with The Great Escape by Boys Like Girls.
I might have to. I got the first fact check right, so I got to ask again. I earned another one after the last one.
The Great Escape by Boys Like Girls. Let's see. Fuck, man. What?
My emotions are a goddamn roller coaster right now because the last two picks, I've been like, no way.
I have
no
4
way.
picks now. Well, okay,
Yeah.
let's see. Fuck me, dude. Why am I so bad at this? At least you're learning, man. Because I don't know how many drafts went through.
If I
It's
just took it at face
thing.
value, if I would have just been like, damn, Tom crushed me. It's like all the good songs in the 2000s came out in 07. It's like a 4-year span.
Okay, well then give me the best thing by Reliant K. 7 years ago, did come out in 2007, and
a damn fine song.
Great record. This song makes me think of you for some reason. I've definitely talked about it in the past. We don't need to bring it up again. But
yeah, I think we were having fun, not freshmen anymore, and having crushes and listening to songs about having crushes is fun. A fun thing.
Just heaven.
Yeah. It's not that long of a song. It's super digestible. It's just like,
right.
It doesn't swing too hard or anything. It's just like, it's exactly what it is and needs to be. It's great.
Right. Also, Let It Snow, Baby, Let It Reindeer came out this year. I'm not going to pick
I was
from
wondering
that,
if you were... I saw that. I'm like, do I pick a Christmas song? Because it's that fucking good.
But Angels We Have Heard on High is definitely a top 10 song. Not even just during Christmas. Okay. Give me... And let me fact check this before you even fucking get to it. Give me Dear Maria, Count Me In.
Saucy pick. Usually at this time in the doc, it's, you're like, okay, we're really not really. That's why we did 7 in this episode or whatever. But that's a fucking heavy hitter to go in like the mid rounds, right?
I know. A track 8. Sleeper. Yeah, dude. I mean, this is just... Everyone knows this album isn't that good.
But early Neon's coming, right? Like you mentioned, Great Escape, All Time Low. I'll just say there is a Shake It and Check Yes Juliet came out this year. So like studios had decided this was going to happen a few months before they all hit the radios. But a distinct new element in the scene and the experience of 2000s emo kids for sure.
Yeah. We're getting... Sorry, I was Googling when Forever the Sickest Kids had their first album come out because I got worried for a second. We're not quite there yet.
Well, that's why, like, in the context, I remember, like, Fall Semester, kind of like Rocket Summer, but also Metro Station came out. So it's just kind of like, you start to be like, okay, this is that, but removed, they're nothing. It felt like Rocket Summer was poppier, but I mean, you and I both loved the pop punk stuff. So I don't know why I was so confused by it all, but I was just like, how do we divide this up in our minds in real time? It was kind of interesting, not knowing what Neon was like in a rearview mirror.
Well, I think people only knew what Neon was after it had faded in.
Or no, right.
but yeah, she was getting wild. Gooey Monsters were about to be on everyone's t-shirts, but this was definitely...
Even Jason Derulo.
But this was definitely Deep V American Apparel was making its way north into Erie. People were smuggling that shit in from Pittsburgh, and people was definitely me. So...
Yeah, we're thickly into the 2000s. Like by 2004, the 2000s didn't know it was the 2000s yet.
Right.
By 2007, everybody was very fucking aware that like a distinct period was taking place. Like this, the 90s are no more. Twitter's going to be invented soon.
Yeah, but MySpace is thriving.
Right.
All right, so you have 8 and 9.
Oh no. So I'll pick this just because. Damn. Strong batch. I'm just going to go with This Ain't a Scene, It's an Arms Race off of Infinity on High by Fall Out Boy, which I, from doing this show, realized was one of my favorite Fall Out Boy records. I know you don't feel that way, but every time I hear it, I'm like, in my head, I have it as an obvious tier 2 below my favorites, just because From Under the Cork Tree is one of my all-time favorites, so it's a little different for me as far as enjoyability goes. But every time I get to like track 5 or 6, I'm like, God damn, this is strong record. Maybe it was just one I liked in high school and it's buried deep in there memories wise, but I'm like, oh shit, it always surprises me. It's a pleasant surprise every time.
Yeah, I don't love it, but good for you, man. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Give me Say This Sooner by The Almost off song.
Oh, you
Aaron G.
bastard. Aaron G.
This was a WERG song as well. I would not have known about it otherwise, or you would have eventually tipped me off maybe.
Oh, but, yeah.
through having to sit through the bridge on working at the radio, that like forced me to like be, usually, I don't go for that stuff too much, but it's just a ripper for sure. Very strong, easy to enjoy song.
Yeah, I like this.
Didn't seem like the almost lasted very long though. Didn't feel that way in real time anyway.
I think everyone was just bummed out it wasn't Under Oath.
Yeah, well,
it was very good though.
Right.
It was very good. Right. I liked it a lot. Good pick, man. Give me What If We Swam Into Nothing by the Wonder Years. So this is when Get Stoked On It originally came out. To be honest with you, I had no idea it came out in 2007.
Wow.
They've been around for a long time, dude. It's crazy. I thought it was like 2008 or 9, but it was probably 2009 that Ryan introduced me to this album. I didn't give it a chance because the original version, the production was really bad. And apparently I was a production snob before I even went to school and knew anything. But I didn't give it a chance, but I had one drive to Virginia and kind of discovered it like as I was pulling into Fredericksburg to like see my girlfriend on my first like big trip, no family. I'm in a different state alone. And not only is it just like a good album, I think there was like this, I don't know, like sense of freedom and like impending adulthood as I'm like getting ready for college that's associated with it. And I don't know, being like self-sustaining. And I think there was some anxiety about it at the time. So like the kind of jokiness, like free spirit of like the goofy songs, I feel like was a good like counterpart to how nervous I was to like being on my own in DC after being in Erie my whole life. But the one sincere song, What If We Swam Into Nothing, is to me one of the most beautiful love songs of all time. It's about turtles and the chorus is beautiful. The remastered versions are great. And it's probably one of my favorite Wonder Year songs ever.
Nice.
So happy to finally pick that one.
Yeah, because they're a very 2010s band in my mind. But
yeah.
I didn't realize they, and I think that's accurate. I didn't realize they started that early.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I can Google it again, but I've already done it twice just to make sure.
No. That's not what I meant. I just mean like they were very, to me at least, my listening, and kind of that's when they were coming out. But yeah, very 2010s band. But damn, I guess all these bands have earlier starts than we thought.
Yeah.
A lot of the early 2000s, like Good Charlotte, for example. Speaking of,
well, I got one more.
Pick it.
It's like, what the
Pick
fuck?
Pick the Good Charlotte song.
Oh, I wasn't gonna. Which actually, there's a song on the board that if you don't pick, I'm gonna be really surprised. But I kind of ran out of stuff because I had too many 2006 ones in my list. I'm gonna go with the cover, "The Promise" by Newfound Glory, and
saucy pick.
So
saucy.
I loved this. I didn't know it was a cover at first. I was just probably downloading shit off of LimeWire, Kazaa, or WinMX, or FrostWire, or Pirate Bay, or whatever at the time. I didn't know it was a cover. And what made me enjoy the song even more is that throughout doing this show, you have made the comment so many times that the 80s were full of good songs written with bad instrumentation. And you always use this as an example. And before you started using this as an example, I was like, I don't know, it just kind of sucked. Like the voices were weird, the instruments were weird, but this is a killer song. And I feel like Newfound Glory proves that the 80s weren't all dog shit.
Yeah, it's not, they have other covers that get more buzz, but I think this is their strongest one.
Oh, for sure.
Kiss Me rules for sure, but this is just it's so good.
It's my favorite cover of theirs probably ever. It's so good, man. And it's weird to have a cover in this list, but otherwise I would just probably pick more Paramore songs.
Is that 9 or 10 for you?
That's it. That's my last one. So you got your
10.
last.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have one more. Okay. Oh man, a lot. Still kind of a lot. I'm gonna go with The Suffering from Coheed off of Good Apollo on Burning Star.
I missed
1.
that.
A lot of fact checking this episode, folks. We're still picking. School me if it's not untrue for sure.
No, I don't know. I just can't believe it didn't come up in my research. I mean, I don't talk about Coheed a lot, but I fucking love.
That's what I'm saying. We talk about this on the show all the time, man. The Google controls the nostalgia.
This came out in 2005.
Oh shit. Okay, my bad. What is going on with us today, Tom? But they did have a record come out though.
I don't know.
Good Apollo, I'm Burning. Oh, Volume 2. No, god damn, they're fucking stupid, long, incredibly fucking long. Album
I'm Burning,
so
Star Volume.
That's so fucking upsetting. I mean, we both done it this episode, so now it's just like, sorry, everybody, whatever. But now I'm like for real mad, like separate from the show. You can keep this in. That's so fucked. Fuck them. Just kidding. I love them, but fuck them. God damn. Give me Big Casino by Jimmy Eat World off Chase This Light. This was me being aware of radio Jimmy Eat World before you and I got introduced to like Clarity and that type of thing. So like, I think I enjoyed Jimmy Eat World in reverse to a certain degree before like going back and really appreciating their first two albums. It took me through like college to even learn who they really were. But yeah, this was a good one that I just kind of, I don't know if it was a radio one or not, but yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah, I don't know it. I mean, we all heard the Futures episode. You know that I'm not super familiar with Jimmy Eat World, but
so I'm still, I mean, we tried to listen to that, but I still don't go back to that well, even after we started listening to it a little bit. I like a couple songs off this record, but yeah, you and I were introduced probably at the same time to their first two records, maybe a little more intimately later on after the fact. But yeah, I like the first few songs off this album.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know super well, but damn, okay, so that's 10 each.
After a few misfires from both sides, we're saying, hey, thanks for being here. Happy holidays.
We'll have the playlist, ready for you on our website. But honestly, I'm surprised. So I have a memory from, it might have been 2008. We were in junior year, would have been physics. And they had those like media cards you could roll around. And this was the day I first heard that Pandora existed, which, man, what a life that had for a little bit. But I remember you introducing the class to Girlfriend by Avril Lavigne.
Oh,
and how much, I mean, I feel like I'm so surprised that didn't make your list because of how much I remember you just listening to that on repeat. And honestly, man, there was a part of me that was like, again, after admitting, that I like loved Good Charlotte and Simple Plan, I got called a poser. It like, self-conscious high school me was like, oh, what am I allowed to like admit that I like? And when you just like said boldly to the entire class, I fucking love this song by Avril Lavigne. I was like, damn, Pat's so cool that like he can listen to stuff that's like probably not considered cool and not even care.
I would, that's very flattering to hear, but I think it's extremely possible Avril's always just been prolific and people were just like, all hail the queen. And it was just a good record. I don't think it's kind of like when you say you don't like the Beatles. I'm like, I guess I'm taking a stand here and saying the Beatles are good, but I don't remember it feeling very, very epic or anything to be like Avril Lavigne is still good at music. But I'm flattered you feel that way. I just thought it was a banger, good song.
It's good.
Started
stuff.
People chirping a little bit like it was a little more radio than it was maybe her earlier stuff, but who cares? It was good.
Whatever. It was a good.
Then she got
song.
sued by what was that older band? Hey, You Get Off My Cloud. There was some weird lawsuit, but fun times.
Good stuff. Well, that's the 2007 draft. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah. Honorable mentions?
I don't really have any. I had like some like Bubbly by Colby Calais came out, and I fucking love that song.
I'm just gonna rip through a ton.
Oh,
and
shit.
Then you don't have to write them down if you don't want to.
Yeah, just text them to me or something.
No, well, hold on. What? So Check Yes Juliet and Girlfriend by Avril Lavigne and Shake It by Metro Station didn't get picked. I Don't Want to Be in Love, Good Charlotte, which was like Good Charlotte and Avril taking different levels of effectiveness swings at later career things. Yeah, Fall Out Boy, Paramore were the big ones. I am a little mad they didn't get talked about more today. This is more of the WERG stuff. I sectioned it off. Phantom Limb by the Shins, Fluorescent Adolescent by the Arctic Monkeys, General Specific Band of Horses, The Underdog by Spoon, Kiss Me, Newfound Glory, Never Mind, we already talked about all that. Smile by Lily Allen. We were at a big Lily Allen phase. This is also Won't Go Home Without You by Maroon 5. We're post songs about Jane at this point in the decade, which is like important to like put your minds back in that like, okay, time has passed. This is not the early to mid 2000s anymore. Icky Thump by White Stripes came out that year. Foo Fighters' Long Road to Ruin. MIA came out with Paper Planes that year. So if that helps your brain locate itself on the 2000s map. Hopefully that helps. But I just wanted to rip through those just because that was my WERG summer, and it was a nice influx of stuff I might not have otherwise tried.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, we can put that to bed, but that would have been my honorable mention section.
Yeah, I don't think I know really any of those, with the exception of the obvious ones. But,
and Missed the Boat by Modest Mouse. But I think Modest Mouse is probably the band that is the demarcation line of just like Tom and I, you and I, a fork in the road. There was a fork in the road.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. So you want to talk about the Christmas, why this episode happened, how we're feeling?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just like I've been really focused on a lot of other stuff, and it was kind of feeling just like I wanted to talk with you about music, but like the pressure of doing the podcast like wasn't something I super wanted to do anymore. So I think getting back into it, especially the episodes where I don't know the artist, never feel good. But after the Used that we just did, like, an hour ago, it's kind of like, I don't think this is like really how I want to spend my time anymore. Like, I still want more time to like do creative stuff with you. For right now, working on Ron Carnage is feeling good, but like, I don't know. I don't know if it's the trying to fit into the boundaries of the decade that's no longer like charming. Maybe if someone else did all the work for us of like the production and posting, it would be different. But I don't know. It's the kind of thing where like it would be fun to do a couple a year, but I don't know. I don't think we've said it out loud, but I think like I don't want to speak for you, but probably pretty fair to say like for sure the show will never come back to weekly. It would be I
was surprised you wanted to do this, to be honest with you.
Really?
Oh, well, I mean, I had to go into my attic to get everything. That's how out of mind it was.
Well, I don't know. I think I wanted to do it because I have been so desperate to talk to someone about The Hum Goes On Forever that it was like, man, I miss talking about music. But
let's do it now. Post show, but part of the regular show before we leave as a Christmas treat.
Just
the people want to. It's a good Wonders year, record year, and what do you have to say about it?
Yeah, man. I mean, after Sister Cities, which I still have not made it past the second song because I hate the first two so much. I'm just really glad, Soupy posted like, oh, I can't believe we're about to put out your favorite record next month. And like that tweet, I feel like aged really well. I know. Like, I don't know, like from, needing the Carefree shit back in 2008 to like the Upsides coming out just as I was getting like homesick and depressed in college. And then like 2011, I was kind of in the groove more, and Suburbia came out, and it was just like, I feel like Soupy's mind has followed like my own character arc so well. So now that he's singing about like, I still want to die, but like, I cannot allow myself to let go because I need to like provide for this kid and take care of this thing that I love more than anything I've ever loved. It's just like nothing else has ever felt so on the nose, like how hard it is to be a dad and like the mental gymnastics of maybe more so in the first few months, like some days, some seconds even, it's like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. But then you have these like moments of bliss where it's just like, I could never imagine this feeling better. There was a lot of that vulnerability in the album that I kind of wish I had it before I was a dad to prepare me for it. I did have Mike Birbiglia's the new one to kind of, let me know what was to come. But I don't know, man. It's just like, it feels very in line with like my thoughts, my feelings lately. And as I'm about to have another kid, maybe by the time this episode comes out, who knows? She's due in less than 3 weeks. We're going to go through it all again. So like this time around, I'm like excited for it, which was not the case the first time.
Yeah. Well, when not all of your favorite records come out right at the time you need it. Right. But I know I've said on the record before, like Red was a great breakup album in a vacuum, but it also came right after one of my college breakups or whatever. So it's just like, oh, this is super well timed and weights things differently.
Yeah.
Like on my personal lists. But this is one of your favorite records in a vacuum, but also, I mean, the timing's pretty crazy because you've grown up with Soupy. People have mentioned you look like him and like unprompted and things.
Well, I mean, when a band that you love puts out an album you don't enjoy, you wonder if this is like the trajectory of their career. Is there ever going to be an album I love again? So the fact that this, to me, is some of their best songwriting, I think, it has me really excited about the rest of their career. I wasn't sure if they were just going to write shit I didn't like anymore.
It made me sad about all the bands we talk about on the show that aren't still taking big swings.
Yeah.
The song Low Tide in particular, I was like, man, how fun is it to like try really hard? Like it wasn't, I don't know, some like album of covers just to get out of a record deal or whatever. It was just like, this is one of their hardest swings.
No shade to 4 Years Strong.
Well, I mean, sometimes you do what you got to do to get out of an agreement or with the whatever, but which I actually love that album covers. Anyway,
it's okay.
It is so tremendous. But yeah, this is like a very earnestly, like, they really swung hard. And, Low Tide has an energy to it that I think it's my favorite song on the album for sure. I'm excited to see them play it.
It's my least favorite single for sure.
Which makes sense because you and I, like, if you listen to the show, you understand why Tom just said that after I said that. Like, that tracks.
I didn't say it was my least favorite song on the album. It was my least favorite single.
No. It gets me going, man. Revs my engine a little bit.
It's good.
I'm going to run through a dang brick wall, man.
I saw Wonder Years in Pittsburgh back in.
You went. You invited me to that one too. You like the things you've invited me to recently, going back 2 or 3 instances, has been just Wonder Years shows in various parts of the country. I'm glad you didn't like super expect me to go with you to Pittsburgh because I was like, I don't want to be not cool, but like, I definitely can't.
Yeah. It was good. I mean, they only played, I think, 2 or 3 songs from this album.
Okay.
So the fact that we're going to see them on the actual album tour, once people have had the time to like
tremendous
really get used to it, I'm excited for. I'm so fucking pumped, dude.
I looked at their track list from the last tour. Not a lot of upsides. I hope they sneak a few more upsides on, just because I like that record a lot. So
they played some Suburbia though, which is great. I was into that.
Yeah. No. I just was going through and I made a playlist based off of recent Hot Mulligan set lists and things like that. And I was like, damn, not a lot of upsides last time, but it is a new tour. Maybe that'll change. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm excited. And we may or may not record an episode then. Sounds like no.
I don't know.
After this little experiment, I'm not going to push it. I could picture you in a couple weeks being like, we gotta, Scorch Fest has to happen. I'll be ready for it. But it would, yeah. But if it doesn't happen, that's fine too.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the thing is I miss talking to you and I miss talking to all the Reminasties more than I miss doing the show, but it seems hard to have the other two without doing the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we were almost off Twitter for a second.
Yeah.
Took a little break. Then I thought it was really dying. And then you were like, you gave me a call and I was like, well, Amazon sent us that crazy package.
Amazon?
Spotify. I'm getting my evil empires mixed up. I'm losing it. It never was there to begin with. We should probably end the episode.
All right.
Happy holidays. We hope, we owed you one and we love you. So there's a second too. And it's nice to talk to you. I know it was kind of a weird day, but 2007. Fuck you, 2007.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Coheed and Cambria.
I'm stoked to see everyone else's playlist as well. So definitely hit us up on Twitter. I super missed hearing from you. I know when we like kind of teased that we were doing more episodes, it was just, I don't know. I miss everyone a lot.
That did come. So. No, I know. It come to mind too. You were like, I don't know if I want to do the second one. And I was like, that's fine. But yeah, it is fun interacting with everybody. Yeah. I'm like, man, we have kind of been ramping up social, hinting at something.
Yeah.
But we could just do that and not do anything at all. And people just go, hey, fuck you
just
guys.
Keep the April Fool's joke going.
I know, yeah.
All right. Well, love you, man.
I got 2 words for you, people. Dragon Force. All right, bye. Love you, Tom.
Bye.
Happy holidays, everybody.